All right, welcome back. We are here with Ella Schmidt, Tateum and Sydney Park as well, coming off of the Iowa State Girls Wrestling Tournament, the first of its kind here in the state of Iowa. Finishing in first and second place, certainly a great feat there. But now we'll get to kind of know the athletes here. Obviously in the Quad Cities and in the state of Iowa, wrestling is king. It is the top sport, so I'm sure it didn't take a lot to get involved. But Sydney, we'll start with you. What got you started into wrestling?
I kind of saw my sister doing it, and I just asked my parents the year after if I could try, and they were like, sure, go ahead. But when I asked them, they didn't think that I'd last very long. They were like, I don't think she'll be in this. But 7-8 years later, here I am.
What do you love most about wrestling?
What it teaches you as a person. It teaches you character, dedication, motivation, and all that.
Yeah, certainly tons of discipline in this sport, for sure. Yeah. So Tatum, you were kind of paving the way there for Sydney. What got you involved?
I don't know. My brother wrestled for a year, and then I asked my dad if I could try it. And I just remember starting out, showing up in the room, practicing with all the other wrestlers, and then I just stuck with it and kept going and wanted to get better.
So for you, what's the best aspect of wrestling?
I love it all. It's hard to choose. You meet a lot of new people. It's a great environment to be around. Even the people who don't really care for you, it kind of pushes you to do better. So it's kind of nice. Yeah,
as Sydney was mentioning, very motivating factors there for sure. Ella, coming to you, what got you started in wrestling, and how long have you been wrestling?
It's the same as these girls. Basically, my brother was wrestling, and then I don't know, a couple tournaments into the season, I was like, I really want to do that, and I was always at the practices, with him, and so eventually I just got into the sport, and I never stopped.
And here we are, for sure.
Yeah.
So, anything new coming up in the next month or so for you, or what's the plan here with your wrestling future?
I think we're all going to AAU, another girls' state, and then so I'm going to train for that, and then Fargo is basically the long-term training. Yep.
For sure. All right, so Tatum, kind of going off of that, what's the training regimen like during this time of year, and what are you getting prepared for coming up?
We have quite a bit coming up. Yeah. The off season is basically our season.
Yeah.
So we have the girls AAU state, and then we have Twin Rivers coming up, another dual tournament and individual. Fargo, Texas, just some national tournaments as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's constantly stuff, and obviously you're still doing school. So Sydney, how do you manage this time?
Just during the day, go to school. Nights, we have practice 3 nights a week. I'll be working out on my own, probably with Tatum most likely, running, just fit it all in.
There you go, just somehow find a way, right?
Yeah.
What's it like for sisters, getting to wrestle against each other and kind of sharing your successes as well?
Against each other is kind of
rough.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
It's pretty brutal. And then
the competition's high.
Yeah.
And then afterwards we come off the mat, we're both angry.
And I'm always there to witness it.
You're the neutral party.
Yeah.
So outside of wrestling, Ella, what are some of your favorite hobbies?
I really like to run cross country. It gets me in shape for wrestling season, so basically all I have time for is sports and education, so another sport is usually what I would do if I'm not doing wrestling.
That's a great thing to throw into the mix there. Tatum, what about you?
I started cross country my freshman year, so I'll do that right before wrestling season starts and in the ending of our off season and during the preseason, and otherwise I just work.
I am sensing a theme here. Sydney, are you doing cross country or what?
I am. I started cross country this year, and I wrestle. I'm going to do soccer, and I'm also in band and ROTC.
Jam-packed schedule for you girls. Well, it's been great having you on here. Really appreciate you coming here, and congrats on all the success you've had so far.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.